Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Doc Ed Padama at ngayon pag-uusapan natin papaano dapat isulat yung results and discussion ng inyong IMRAD format. So, if you recall, in IMRAD, we have 4 parts that you need to present, namely the introduction, the method, and R refers to the results, and letter D refers to discussion. So this is where results and discussion will come in while writing your research paper. Immediately at the bottom of your screen, you will see the side-by-side comparison of results and discussion. So ano dapat ang laman ng results at ano dapat ang laman ng discussion part ng inyong IMRAD format. So in summary, ang results ay naglalaman ng unbiased, objective findings of your study. So ibig sabihin ng objective, wala pang kasamang mga explanation, discussion, interpretation. Kaya yan yung nakalagay dyan. You just literally present what you discovered in the results. So dito sa results, kasama dyan yung mga table ninyo, table or tables, if you have multiple tables, and then the data, the numerical data, together with the table. So this is supposed to be included in the presentation of your results. So let's continue. So sabi natin ang results should present the findings of your study without the interpretation part. While on the other hand, sa discussion naman, after presenting your findings through your numerical data, tables, if your research is quantitative, the discussion part will be the interpretation, the discussion, and explanation of these findings. So this is what is meant by the definition below the discussion. So ito ang pinaka-simple na paraan para ma-distinguish, makita ninyo ang pagkakaiba ng results and discussion sa inyong research kung ang ginagamit nyo ay yung IMRAD format. Specifically, on the part of the results, ito dapat ang mga kailangan ninyong tandaan. Itong mga sumusunod. Number 1, it should be clear and concise, exact and specific. Report only the data, sabi natin kung may mga numerical data kayo dyan, that answers your research questions, which is your SOP or specific problems ninyo to be exact, or the data, the table or numerical data that answers your hypothesis. Okay, so that's reminder number 1 under the results. Yun lang dapat ang ilalagay ninyo, i-include ninyo doon sa bahagi ng results. Another is the use of visuals. Yun yung sinasabi natin, yung mga tables. Aside from tables, other researches uses or utilizes graphs or charts, which is also allowed. You can also utilize other visual aids aside from yung common na ginagamit, which is always the use of tables, so that you can summarize complex data or numerical data. Okay? Number 3, follow the logical order. The logical order of what? Of the specific problems. In the presentation of your result, since ang ipipresent nyo dyan yung mga tables and numerical data, kung ano ang pagkakasunod-sunod ng specific problems ninyo, ng SOP ninyo, that is how you are supposed to present your tables and numerical data, following the sequence of the statement of the problem. Okay, so that is what is meant by number 3, usually in the same order as your research questions or methods. Number 4, highlight key findings. How do you highlight the key findings? You have to emphasize or mention trends, significant differences, or patterns, but do not explain them yet. Okay? So, ulitin natin, just make sure when you present the highlight key findings, you can present references, citations, but do not present the relevance or the difference of the citation to the study that you are conducting yet. Okay, presentation lang muna. In the study of Santos 2025, ganito, it was mentioned na ganyan-ganyan. So, i-present nyo lang. Okay? So that you can highlight whatever issue, topic, or trend relevant doon sa findings ninyo. Okay, number 5, avoid discussion, which is just a reiteration noong pinaka-definition niya. Avoid discussion dito sa part ng inyong results. Stick to facts, stick to the table, stick to the numerical data, stick to the citation that you have, kagaya niyan, yung numbers, observations, without presenting any interpretation or discussion. So basically, nakuha na ninyo kung ano yung idea behind the presentation of results. Examples of phrases that you can use under results is located at the bottom. Dito na, example phrases. So kung magpe-present kayo ng table, ng numerical data, pwede nyo gamitin yung mga phrases na pwede nyo simulan, yung mga phrases gamit itong mga examples natin dito sa baba. So the analysis shows that or showed that, ganyan, table 2, table 1, kung anong table yan, illustrates the frequency of, so if you observe, kung ano lang yung nandun sa table ninyo, ipipresent nyo lang, parang introductory statement lang itong mga phrases na ito. There was a significant increase in the, kung yun ang nakalagay sa table ninyo, you can highlight it by including it in your narrative presentation under ng results. Okay, so these are again example phrases that you can use as an introductory part of the tables and numerical data na gagamitin ninyo under result. Before we move further dito sa part ng results, let's now go through yung part ng discussion. So as mentioned earlier, sabi natin kanina, itong part ng discussion should contain the interpretation, discussion, and explanation of the results that were presented doon sa latter part or doon sa initial part. Kung ano yung in-explain dito sa unang bahagi ng inyong results. Dito naman sa discussion will be the explanation, discussion, and interpretation. Kung yan ay mga numerical data or table, you have to interpret. So specifically, these are the things that you need to do. Number 1, start with a summary. Briefly restate the most important findings of your presentation. Okay? And then after presenting a summary, interpret the meaning. Dito na papasok yung talagang meaning ng discussion. After summarizing what is found in your study or what was presented in the findings of your study, start the interpretation. Give the meaning of the numerical data, the tables. Explain the results occurred and how they relate to your hypothesis or research question. Dito na kayo mag-establish ng anong kinalaman ng findings doon sa research na kinokonduct ninyo. Dito na kayo mag-discuss ng interpretation at ng relationship. Explain ninyo ang relasyon ng findings ninyo doon sa study na ginagawa ninyo. Okay, next, number 3. Compare with previous studies. Remember, kanina, I mentioned that you can use citations in the results or the presentation of the results, but you just present the study kung saan nyo kinuha yung citation ninyo. According to the study of ganito, meron ngang mga bagay na similar doon sa study ninyo. And then, in this part, sa discussion na, you can already connect your findings to the existing literature that you used. So yung example natin kanina, kung meron kayong study na ginamit sa in-text citation ninyo, establish na ninyo kung ano yung relevance, yung connection ng inyong findings doon sa sinasite ninyong literature, whether it's a study or a literature or an article or a journal. So you can already establish the connection of your findings, which was presented in the result, to the research to the reference that you used in your discussion. The next part is discuss the implications. Discuss the implication refers to the explanation or discussion of the significance of your results for theory, practice, or future research. So what will be the impact of um, your findings to future research, to the current practice, to a theory that you cited. May magbabago ba doon sa theory, or tama ba yung theory, or you do not agree with the theory? Doon naman sa practice, with the result that you have discovered, meron bang mga practices na mai-improve, made-develop, magiging mas efficient? Ito yung ibig sabihin nitong implication, yung discussion ng impact of your study to the current areas. So aside from theories and practices sa future research, pwede din kayo mag-recommend na future researchers can also focus on this aspect which was not covered by your study para magkaroon pa lang idea and extend yung probable significance and benefit of the respondents doon sa study na gagawin ng mga future researches. The next part, number 5 under discussion, is address the limitations of your study. Address the limitations of your study. You have to be transparent and be honest about the weaknesses or areas that were not fully investigated sa research ninyo because of reasons beyond your control. Kulang yung references ninyo, resources ninyo. So you present every area that is considered part of the limitation of your study, which is also constraint sa inyong study. So itong mga limitations na ito are again justifiable because of reasons beyond your control. So it's okay to present so that future researchers can investigate on that specific area of your study. Okay, number 6 under discussion, suggest future research issues or topics to be investigated. Suggest future research topic or issues to be investigated. So under the part on discussion, identify areas where further studies are still needed. So you can already go back and refer areas which you consider as constraints of your study, areas that are part of the limitations of your study. So pwede nyo gawing narrative yun, and then you present it. So again, this is for the purpose of transparency, para yung mga areas na hindi nyo pa masyado na imbestigahan sa inyong study ay pwedeng imbestigahan ng ibang mga researchers, and therefore they can use that as future researches. Since we discussed sample phrases for the result parts, we are now also going to I am going to share with you sample phrases that you can use naman under dito sa discussion. An example of these phrases are these results referring to dito sa inyong results. These results suggest that nandito na agad yung interpretation ninyo. Interpretation. Okay? So, ito yung unang phrase na pwede nyong gamitin. Parang dinidirect nyo lang yung discussion papunta doon sa result, and then immediately after that, meron na kayong interpretation. Okay? Second phrase, consistent with the previous studies. Ito naman ay phrase na ginagamit kapag kayo ay nagkaroon o gumamit ng in-text citation. So according to or consistent to or with previous study, the study found that saka nyo na namang i-relate kung ano yung findings ninyo. Dito ulit yung babagsak. And then, i-relate ninyo doon sa study na sinite o kinote ninyo. Moving on to the next phrase. Another is a possible explanation for this finding is meron ka na dyang sariling discussion na gagawin. But these discussions, these statements should be based on the findings of your study. This part, you can already present a statement. But again, pagkasyahin natin, this should be backed by evidence coming from your results or the findings of your study. Okay? Kasi mahirap yung isang statement na walang ebidensya. And the evidence for this should come directly from the results of your study. The last phrase, this study highlights the importance of. So sabi natin, ano yung mga implication ng inyong study? Ano yung significance ng inyong study? Ito yung phrase na pwede nyong gamitin for highlighting the significance and the impact or implication of your study. To continue, I will be sharing with you the summary of what we have already discussed. So when we talk about the results, this refers to the presentation of the findings of your study. So when we talk about results, you will present what you found in your study, the presentation of the findings of your study. While on the other hand, the discussion part is the interpretation, the discussion of what you found, the discussion of the findings of your study. That is the relationship between results and discussion. Specifically, number one, you have to restate the research question or the hypothesis briefly when writing the result. Number two, present the data logically using the sequence and organization found in your statement of the problem under the specific problem. So follow the same order as your questions methods. Number three, use visuals. Aside from tables, you can also use graphs, charts in summarizing the findings of your study. Number four, highlight the key points. Emphasize key points. Mention trends, significant differences, or patterns. Again, the operant word is to present. You mention. Huwag mo na kayong mag-establish ng relevance of these trends, of these citations to the study that you are conducting. Number five, stick to facts. Stick to what you discovered. Avoid interpreting or explaining results in this part of your research. Example sentence, Table 1 shows a significant increase. Yun naman yung pinapakita ng table. Ang ginagawa nyo lang is ini-interpret nyo in narrative form. So parang pre-present nyo siya sa pamamagitan ng sentence form. There is a significant increase in the test scores after the intervention that was made. Okay, again, there is no interpretation, there is only presentation. On the other hand, on the other side of our discussion, which is under discussion, the presentation of the explanation, the interpretation, and the discussion. Number one, start with the findings, which is located on the presentation of the findings of your study. And then summarize the key results in 1 or 2 sentences. Next part, interpret the results. This is already the part where you inject what does the result means. You already inject what the result means. Explain why they occurred and their meaning. Again, this is already a statement. So dito sa aming study, ipinapakita na mas effective itong strategy na ginamit. That's a statement. But you have to back that up with findings, with numerical data. Yun yung ginagawa nyo dito sa discussion. nagpe-present na kayo ng statement, but it should be backed up by evidence. Okay? You concluded, you realized, and you made the statement na mas effective itong strategy na ito. Kasi dito nga sa table 1, sabi natin kanina, itong gamitin nating example, shows a significant increase in test scores nung ginamit yung intervention. So tama lang sabihin nyo dito, tumaas siya kasi dahil doon sa efficiency, effectivity noong strategy na ginamit. That is what we mean by presenting statements based and backed up by evidences. Okay? Number 3, compare with previous researches. So, ito gagamitin ninyo kapag gumamit kayo ng citation doon sa unang part sa results. According to the study of, according to a literature na ganito, and then you have to show how your findings align or is relevant or different from kung ano yung sinite ninyo, whether studies, literature, journals, and so on and so forth. Number 4, discuss the implications and the impact. Highlight the importance for theory, practice, and policy. We already discussed this earlier. Ano ang magiging impact ng findings ninyo sa theory na ginamit ninyo? Does the finding agree with the theory? Does it or it does not align with the theory kung ano sinasabi? Yung bang practice na ginagawa sa pagtuturo, magkakaroon ng pagbabago o mas ma-improve o mas magiging efficient? And yung policy naman, meron bang policy na pwedeng buuin para masuportahan itong strategy na ito? So that is what we mean by implications of the study, discussing implications of the study. Number 5, acknowledge limitations or weaknesses of your study. Acknowledge limitations does not mean na weak yung study ninyo. The purpose of acknowledging limitation is for transparency in order for future researchers to be able to focus on a specific area that was not covered or sufficiently covered by your study. Okay, so again, acknowledge limitations of your study, mention weaknesses or constraints in your study. Number 6, suggest future researches. Propose areas for further investigation. Pwede nyo nang gamitin dyan yung limitation or constraints of your study. And then an example sentence for this is, these results suggest results, yung doon sa findings ng study ninyo. Suggest that using active learning strategies can significantly improve students' performance consistent with the study of Smith et al. 2021. So dito, aside from proposing areas for further investigation, ang ginawa dito sa number 6, it reinforces the statement that you made earlier. So halimbawa sinabi nyo na yung strategy na ginagamit ay nakakapag-improve doon sa academic performance ng estudyante. Itong example sentence natin, pwede niyong gamitin dito. These results suggest that using active learning strategies, hindi na according sa study niyo yan. This is according or consistent with another study, specifically kay Smith and Company et al. Okay, so this example sentence can be aligned with that particular purpose. Okay, so in order for all of you to visualize what it should look like after our discussion of the results and discussion, we will be using this sample study so that you will have an idea of how it should be presented using results and discussions. So in this example that we have, the title of the study is Effect of Daily Reading on Students' Concentration Levels. And the results is presented in bullet type. But I would advise you to present this in narrative. So the results, again, as mentioned earlier, can be backed up by tables and numerical data. So the result for this study under effect of daily reading on students' concentration level are the following. So number 1, Average concentration scores before the study is 65/100. Average concentration score after 2 weeks of daily reading is 78. So there is an increase. Kung significant yung increase, hindi pa natin malalaman. Improvement is statistically significant. Dito niya na sinabi. Because of yung ginamit yung statistical treatment, it is significant. Significant yung result. So there is significant increase ng concentration level ng mga estudyante after daily reading, after 2 weeks. So basically, this is the result of the study as presented in the bullet form na nakasummarize na. And then the last one, table 1 shows individual changes in concentration scores. So ito na yung numeric data that was presented that backs up the result. So again, this is just a crude example of the presentation of the results. So this is not the official or not even an official manuscript that you can use. So dapat naka-narrative yung discussion nyo dyan and presented together with the table, congruent doon sa discussion ninyo. Okay. And then after that, immediately after the presentation of the table, yung discussion na ninyo. So if this is table 1, discussion for this, which is the interpretation, the results of the study indicate that daily reading exercise led to a notable improvement, significant improvement in the students' concentration level. On averages, scores increased from 65 to 78. So dito makikita nyo, present niya yung 65 to 78 based on the presentation of the results, 65 to 78. Okay, 65 to 78 out of 100, showing a clear positive effect on the consistent reading habits. This finding aligns with the previous research. Ito na yung nag-cite sila ng study or article or literature. This aligns with the previous research that suggests engaging in focused reading activities can enhance cognitive functions such as attention span and information retention. And yung citation nila comes from the author Lee, published 2021. So again, this result is backed up by this table. And this table is interpreted by this discussion. And this initial discussion is reinforced by the following discussions, which is also part of what we discussed earlier. So makikita nyo naman dyan eh. So one possible explanation is a phrase that we suggested earlier. The study also highlights. However, again, you present the limitation of your study and future research. That is what I meant by the other parts were just the using of the suggestions that we presented doon sa initial part ng discussion natin. So basically, this is a very crude example of results and discussions or presentation of results and discussion using this sample research title. So I hope you were able to take away something from our discussion on how you properly present and write the results and discussions of your IMRAD. Thank you very much, everyone. Stay safe and God bless. I will see you again in our next video. Bye!